in terms of the visibility that you currently have, Chandra, how do you feel about this particular calendar year? And I mean, as I said,
you should have gotten my session. But I will tell you. I will tell you 3 points. One is, you have to take NASSCOM in a perspective. See, NASSCOM has a difficult job because NASSCOM collects the guidance of companies.
Yeah.
And people like us don't give guidance.
Sure.
Increasingly, more people are not giving guidance. So NASSCOM has got a tougher job in articulating the guidance. So that's the plug for NASSCOM, and that's a genuine problem. Now, coming to the demand environment per se, I feel very, very positive. I think Rajesh and I were there together, and we traveled and met with a large number of customers. We met people from different industries, and I didn't come away from any meeting that there is a concern, whether it is due to technology change or due to visa regulation. None of this. There is a lot of demand, and we just need to obviously ensure that we have the right offerings and right solution for the customers, so that we are able to capture that demand. So I am not in the club of
gloom and doom.
No.
You're not in the gloom and doom club.
No.
But are you in the, do you believe that this is going to be a year that is going to be more difficult than earlier anticipated?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be see, I don't want to set up Rajesh or something like that. We are in it together. And I'm going to be very supportive to the team, and I've always been. And I believe that market is good. Yes, if there is a visa regulation, H1B regulation, will there be a problem? Yes, there will be a problem. What will be the problem? I don't know, because we don't know what the change is. And depending upon the change, there will be issues. But if there is no issues, no one is required.
No, that's true. So let's just take the visa issue and let me draw out the various scenarios that have been presented so far, at least, and no order has come in. There have been several bills that have been moved. So the minimum wage of 100,000.
So I'll go to I'll cut the chase. Okay, I know what you're going to read. So to me, there are only two problems. All the things that you can say gets bucketed into two problems. One, the visa fee increases, minimum wage increases. Not visa fee, minimum wage increases. The other one is the number of H1Bs come down. Depending upon where the visa minimum wage increases, we have got to see the impact.
And 100,000?
So at 100,000, TCS already has a model where our average cost is at that range. At 100,000, we will not have a problem.
Okay.
Okay, and I don't want to give you whether it is 120,000, 130,000, what is the threshold point. That's not the problem. The solution lies in what's the business model. So it will not be a simple change. There may be the availability of visas on the one hand. There may be visa minimum wage on the other one. So there will be a combination of changes that can come. I don't know what those changes are.
So how are you preparing yourself for some of these changes, if they were to in fact be realized?
I think, we have worked in an environment in which the visas are very difficult to get. And we have gone through that. So there is a lot of learning in the company. And I don't want to elaborate. Some of these situations we have handled, some of these situations we have played out the scenarios. But having said that, it is very hypothetical to start saying there will be a problem, there will not be a problem, and how much will be the problem, quantifying the problem today without fully knowing what exactly is the change. To me, as long as they are very operational in nature, then we have got to adjust the business model.
Okay.
If the changes are very strategic in nature, which I cannot foresee today, then we have got to go to the drawing board. So there's no point in just see. It's almost, I was giving the example. It's it's not an easy surface to bat. It will never be an easy surface to bat. That is, you can go there and hit every ball to a six. So there will be some tougher ones. Then you got to anticipate those, and then play those at that time. But To say that, it's a difficult pitch, we can't play at all. It's unplayable, it's just not right.
Yeah, you said that you're feeling confident about the year ahead, and in fact you're feeling better about 2017 than the previous year.
No,
okay.
I said the first statement.
Okay, you're feeling confident.
I don't want to give
you're not giving us
any
guidance.
quantitative guidance, which you'll go back to Rajesh tomorrow.
Then let me get Rajesh to comment. Rajesh, if I were to pick up on the commentary that's coming from your peers, they seem to suggest that there will be no acceleration as far as growth is concerned. Pretty much status quo or flat. So is that how you view things as well at this point in time on the basis of whatever evidence that you have?
Neither the revenue nor on the growth side are we commenting on. What we can comment on is on the demand side.
Yeah.
As I said, the demand side continues to be fairly strong and it's well distributed. How it plays out completely through the year, we'll have to wait and see. But across the board, both in Europe and in US.
And across verticals, I mean, the softness that you saw in the healthcare services space, for instance, despite what may or may not happen as far as Obamacare is concerned, you believe that you don't have cause for concern today?
So there are no individual verticals which are structurally challenged. So some of the ones that were, like for example energy or telecom, have come out of it. That doesn't rule out the fact that occasionally you could have one or two of them being volatile or unpredictable. But structural weakness in some of these industries that existed, I think we are behind that, and we're seeing them also turn around. So what the commentary that I gave you about demand, pretty much it's coming across verticals. There are no structurally challenged verticals at this stage.
Okay. Chandra, since you said that you're going to be inputting on strategy largely with Rajesh, you just touched upon M&A and the M&A possibility when you keep in mind your capital deployment strategy. How important is M&A going to be? And also, big ticket M&A are the days of large M&A deals over? Are we going to see this sort of strings of pearl approach which we've seen other Indian companies deploy for a while now? What is the M&A strategy likely to pan out to be?
You see, we don't have an M&A strategy to fill any revenue gap. I don't put it that way. Our revenue growth projections are totally based on organic growth. So we are not saying that we're going to achieve X% growth, so out of which Y should come from M&A. We have no such goal. Okay, we believe that the industry is very robust and the demand environment is so strong that organic growth is a pretty good growth. Our problem over the last couple of years has been softness at the same time in 3-4 places. It used to happen, but it used to happen in one place. But we had problems in insurance vertical, we had problems in telecom, we had a little problem in energy, we had Diligenta, we had Japan. We had a number of places where we were having degrowth. And the degrowth actually took away some of the growth that otherwise should have come. So we don't have any of those weak spots today.
None of them?
None of them. All of them have come off the cliff.
Japan, Diligenta.
Japan, we don't see any place where we will degrow. The extent of growth may be a question, but at this point in time, we don't see degrowth happening in any of our core or any of our units. That is not to say that there won't be a surprise tomorrow. If there is a surprise tomorrow, we will tell you.
Sure.
And because nobody can predict the future. So we feel pretty good about the growth opportunities. So M&A, we are not under pressure to do it for those reasons.
So what would you do it for?
If there is a strategic opportunity because of which we can catapult the growth in a particular direction in a big way.
So for instance, catapulting yourself in automation or cloud, would that open yourself up for M&A?
It could be cloud in a particular industry. It could be a platform in a particular industry. So we keep looking for these opportunities, and we have evaluated many.
Anything interesting?
No, nothing that we can tell you today that we are going to do. So if there is such opportunity, we will do it. But that is only because strategically it will create long-term value creation for the company, long-term growth for the company. Not because a target for us in a particular year or something like that that has to come from inorganic growth.
Okay.
We don't need that.